All right, guys, so this week we are going to be working on simplifying fractions, and we're going to go through three different videos here of kind of three different types of problems, building off of what we learned last week and stuff you already know. So go ahead, pause the video, write down these examples for your notes before we get started here. So looking at our examples, guys, this is something you guys have actually been doing for a long time since like elementary school, and that's reducing fractions. So when we're looking at these fractions here, our whole goal is to get them as simplified as possible. Now, to relate that to what you guys know, think of the fraction like 2 over 4. If you were to give me the fraction 2 over 4, I would say reduce that fraction completely. So you would think in your head, okay, what number goes into both 2 and 4? Well, we know that we can divide both of those numbers by 2, which would reduce my fraction to 1/2, right? This is a very common thing you guys do. You're used to simplifying fractions. We're doing the same thing here, but now we also have to take into account sometimes some variables. And so we're going to look at what do we need to do to take care of those variables here. Now, in your calculator, if you are fortunate enough to have a graphing calculator, you can reduce these fractions using those calculators, okay? At least the numbers part of it. So 30 divided by 12, okay? If I hit math right here, math, and then if I hit enter twice, it will reduce that fraction for me to 5 over 2, okay? So I can go ahead and reduce this fraction here to 5 over 2. Okay, now we still have to take into account these x's, but we'll get there in a second. Now, if you're like, well, miss, I don't have a graphing calculator, you can also do guess and check in your phone calculator, or you can use this multiples chart, and you're looking for a row or a column that has these numbers in it. So we're looking for 30 and 12. And so I see 30 right here, and I see 12 right here. So they're both in the same column, so they're both divisible by 6. Now I want to take a look here in the rest of my work. Wherever I see a 30, I want to double check, or a 12, do I see both those numbers in another column together? And I don't. So the biggest number that I can divide 30 and 12 by is 6. So I'm going to go ahead and reduce that. So 30 divided by 6 gets me 5, which is what we got. And then 12 divided by 6 got me 2. So you can go ahead and use this multiples sheet as well. Now, when we have x to the 6 here, that's the same thing as saying we have 6 x's. 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to go ahead and expand those out. And then x to the first here, or we just have plain x. I can go ahead and write next to my 2. Okay, so looking at this, we reduced our numbers. And now I want to go ahead and I want to simplify these x's. And I'm going to do that by canceling top to bottom. Okay, so whatever is the same on top and on bottom, I can go ahead and cross those off. So I have an x here and an x here, so I can go ahead and cancel those out. Now, double checking again, I can't reduce my numbers anymore, and there's no more x's I can cancel. So now I can go ahead and I can rewrite my answer here. So I have 5 x to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 2. And I don't have any x's with that 2. So this right here would be my finalized answer. All right, let's go ahead and look at number 2 here. So again, let's start with our numbers. 6 over 5. Now, these are relatively smaller numbers, so hopefully we can think through this in our head in here a little bit. 6 is divisible by 2 and 3. Well, 5 divided by 2, that doesn't work. And 5 divided by 3, that also is not divisible. So I actually can't reduce 6 over 5. I can't go any further there. But what I can reduce is my x's. And I've got 4 x's up top. And then I've got 7 down in the bottom. Okay, and you want to make sure you're writing these out as neat as what you can, because otherwise it can get really messy when you go to cancel stuff. Okay, so sometimes, guys, your fractions, you might not be able to reduce the numbers, and that's okay. All right, go ahead, top to bottom, let's cancel. So we've got x's here I can cross off, And I can do that 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Looks like I can cross off those X's there. All right, so my answer would be 6. I don't have anything else up top. Over 5x to the 1, 2, 3. 5x to the third. And that would be my final answer here. So again, this is very similar to what you guys have been doing for a long time. We just also have to take into account those X's here. So let's go ahead, pause the video, and you try this last one on your own. All right, 56 and 77. These are a little bit bigger numbers, so let's take a look at our multiplication sheet and let's see where 56 and 77, let's see what we can find. So 77 is right here. I don't see 56 this way, but I do this way. So 77 and 56 are both divisible by 7. All right, let's see if there's anything bigger. So 77. I don't see 56 in this column, so it looks like 7 is my biggest number that goes into both 77 and 56. So when I divide this, 77 divided by 7, right, divided by 7, gets me 11. And then 56 divided by 7 will get me 8. So I can go ahead and rewrite this. 56 divided by 7 got me 8. And then 77 divided by 7 got me 11. So 8 over 11 here. And then let's now take a look at our x's. I have one x on top, and I don't have any on the bottom. I can't reduce 8 over 11 anymore, and I don't have any x's to cancel. So this would be my answer. All right, guys, simplifying fractions. This is our first video of 3, okay? This is what you guys have been doing since middle school, elementary school, is reducing those fractions. So hopefully this is a little bit of a refresher, and you can use this to help you on one of the sections of your practice. All right, guys, let me know if you have any questions.